Hello anyone, Mr. Skyson here and welcome back to more High School Romance. Probably the finale, and if it's not, then I'm going until it is, because last time we were swimming in ladies. The principal was literally all over us in a smooch fest, and then Selena and Hoshi seemed to be showing possessive aggression over us after Hoshi caught us eating lunch with Selena. Gasp.
Oh my god, so much drama.
And so yeah, it's feeling very end of game-ish, like someone is going to confess something to someone somewhere. Today, we see who confesses what to whom and where. Let's go! Alright, so last time, we had a choice. Again. Because how dare our main character try to choose anything for himself? That's our job. And so yeah, Hoshi was upset, and we get the choice to either not apologize to her, or apologize to her. And I was saying before this incident even happened that he should say something to her, so we're gonna go apologize. There's no getting around it. It's only right that I go apologize to Hoshi about my disappearing act. Yes it is. I'm going to have to face her after class, and I still want to have lunch with her. Not to mention hanging out and studying on weekends. No wonder she got concerned when I wasn't there. We're practically attached at the hip. Oh hey Hoshi, I forgot you actually were attached to me. Surely this isn't one of those potentially friendship-ending fights. Nah, not over a lunch thing. It was only a 30-minute lunch period. Exactly. Unless this is about something else, too. Probably because of the whole possessive aggression thing that I had mentioned. I'll wait for her after class. Meanwhile, after class, well, I missed the whole lesson while trying to come up with something to say, so I'm gonna fail everything now. If I don't manage to patch things up with Hoshi, I'll probably never get the notes. Really, guy? You're concerned about getting the notes at a time like this? But that's not really why I'm doing this. It better not be. I can't get the look she gave me out of my head. Yes, the look. That very emotional look that she gave, that she's always giving. Yes, that's it. That's the look right there. Oh my god. She's so hurt looking. Hoshi, wait. Can we talk for a second? Alright, I'm leaving. Sure. Listen, I'm sorry, Shoji. Wait, what? I'm sorry I acted the way I did earlier. I was just so stressed out. It's been days since I've actually been able to rough anybody up. Plus, I'm still getting over not getting to take you to the basement before, and it's just been a rough time for me. I completely embarrassed myself, and in front of one of your friends, too. It was a selfish way to react. Well, I mean, not entirely. I mean, you were just really concerned over him. You probably really like him at this point, and the whole disappearing act, as he had put it before. A lot of people would probably be at least a little bit stressed out over that. No, it's... I had just been looking for you for so long. So very long. Weeks. Days even. Hours. Minutes maybe. I lost track of time. I was worried you got hurt or something, but by the time I realized you were okay, I don't know. It just made me more upset, which is ridiculous. I shouldn't be upset. I should be pummeling you. No, you shouldn't be the one who's apologizing. Exactly! You should be. In fact, nobody should be apologizing at all because you should have told her to begin with. Selena asked me to lunch and it was really short notice, but that's not an excuse. Exactly! I still should have told you where I was, so you wouldn't worry. I didn't even think about how I would react if you suddenly didn't show up one day. You would have reacted that way over me? I would have been concerned, of course. I know you're not going to miss a chance to study for no reason. Ha ha ha, he only knows you for studying. Ha ha ha. Well, I guess that's true. I am still sorry, even if you think I don't need to be. And here. What's this? The notes for class today. I noticed you weren't paying attention to anything today. You were just staring out the window. Slacker. You were entirely out of it. How did you even notice? You sit in the front. I have cameras all over the place. I just noticed. I was pretty nervous about what you might think after that. I'm really not usually like that. I don't know what came over me. I guess it's just pent-up frustration from not getting to rough up people. I was just completely out of line, and I didn't think you would handle it as well as you did. Honestly, I was thinking the same thing about you. I suppose I'm lucky you're so rational. That means I don't have to rough you up quite as much. If you're not busy, let's head back to your dorm and I'll explain the notes in greater detail. That sounds great, Hoshi. Thank you. Yay, still friends. See, apologizing does a lot. It's the last day of the term already. Is this another time skip or just the end of the day? I desperately need the break that's coming up. I mean, everybody's just been all over me lately. Selena's been getting bolder, and I think Hoshi's been sneaking into my room at night. I don't know, I've been getting a really creepy feeling lately. Even if I hadn't made plans for it, I don't care. I could probably just sleep for a week straight after that week of cram studying. I'm still seeing formulas when I close my eyes. Where do you... Oh, I just... And... What is that? Is there someone outside the door? Uh-oh, I know those voices. Oh no, it's everybody all at once, and they're coming to say, choose me! Well, 2 out of 3. I was close. Good morning? Good morning, Shoji. Hey, so, weird coincidence. Hoshi and I showed up at your door at the exact same time for the exact same reason. Do I get to make a guess as to where this is going? Which is probably going to make it extra awkward on you. I'm pretty sure I know where this is going. That's always what I like waking up to. So, what's the reason? Well, since you stayed with me over break last time, I thought you may not have anywhere to go again. Yep, there it is. It seemed like your parents weren't going to be back in the area for a long time. I mean, do they even care about you? If that was the case, I was going to invite you to my place again. Maybe a little fun in the basement, we can see where it goes. But it looks like you might have somewhere to go after all. Yep, with me if you want. I got the same bright idea to invite you out over break. I'm also going to point out that I haven't gotten to spend any out-of-school time with you. So, you know, you kind of owe me. So, in the interest of fairness, you should definitely choose me. Plus, there's that thing that I know, and it'd be a shame if that were to get out into the rest of the school. Selena does have a point, much as I hate to admit it, but I would really prefer you come over to my place. You're not supposed to agree with me. What? I'm not? I mean, you did have a point. No, of course not. We need to be opposites, pitted vehemently against each other. We're rivals. Our sole objective in life is to valiantly fight over Shoji's attention and time. And body. Time, yes. Don't encourage that. And you're both a little more similar than you seem to think. Also true, I mean, they are sort of a brains and bronze type thing, but they are both somewhat competitive in their own fields. In fact, we should hold a debate, presenting all the points of why Hoshi should stay with us. I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, Hoshi seems like the type that would be all about debates and, things that require smarts. Well, I haven't been given a chance to prepare. Neither have I. But I'm sure I have so many good reasons preparing would be completely pointless. I am fairly good at debates. I should be able to hold my own. That's especially true where Shoji is concerned. She's mine. Back off, woman. Oh, is that a challenge? I like your confidence, Hoshi. I didn't expect that of you, but I think I can take you down. Thank you? Really, all of this isn't necessary. Oh? Do you already know who you're gonna pick? You should tease this out until someone offers you a money bribe. That's what I'd do. Well, that's not appropriate. I didn't say that. And no one's going to pay me to hang out with them. I'm making this ridiculous. Well, that's kind of her thing. I'm making this fun. Now fess up and tell us who it is. If I was holding my breath, I'd be turning blue. I didn't say I knew. Actually, I think you're right, Shoji. This isn't a decision you should make right now, in the spur of the moment. That is a very good point, Hoshi. I like your thinking. It's always good to take a moment and think about things rather than just, hey, here we are, flip a coin. We surprised you with this and didn't give you any time to think about it. Maybe you could tell us at the end of the day, and if you don't have an answer by then, well, I have a basement. That's a little anticlimactic, but she would need time to warm up to the idea of spinning break with me. I wouldn't be so sure that's what she'll choose. There you go, that's the spirit. Self-confidence and a sense of superiority over your enemies is all it takes for success. What do you mean a sense of superiority? I already know that I'm better than everyone else. Did you hear that, Shoji? I'm getting better at this. I don't think Hoshi really takes this seriously. Then again, I don't think Selena does either. Sort of. Selena doesn't take anything seriously. She just likes competition and fun. Alright, I'll let you know at the end of the day, but I really don't want either of you to be offended. I promise I won't be upset, although I will be paying you a visit regardless of your choice.
I'll be upset, but I'll turn it into training energy, so it's no big deal.
Okay then. Well, if it means so little to you both, why did you make such a big fuss? Because that's what girls do. Then again, it's not just Hoshi and Selena I have to worry about. What about what about Lee? If things have actually been getting serious with anyone, it's her. Very true. You did both wear the maid outfit. That's a pretty big commitment there. Hoshi and Selena are good friends, maybe even more than that. Very good friends. But Lee is something different altogether. I probably shouldn't pursue it, but if I'm going to, then I shouldn't string Hoshi and Selena along like this. You're alright, Shoji, because that's never a good thing to do. You do that in a lot of games, and it's just sort of whatever. It's like, oh, I've got everybody liking me, I'm having a good time. But in real life, you don't want to do that. That's kind of a jerk move. If you're going to like somebody, tell them you like them. If you don't, then tell them that too. You don't just lead them on. Plus, I really don't want Selena and Hoshi to end up fighting over me. Awesome as it is to see that, it's just not proper. I never even thought something like that would be possible, especially over me. I mean, look at me, I'm so scrawny. Least of all while I was impersonating a girl. But it looks like that's what the situation's heading towards, even if I really don't want it to. I should just be honest with them both, even if that means confessing. Good guy. It's my last year of high school, after all. Yeah, it would be a little bit awkward if you stayed friends after high school and, suddenly sprung that on Hoshi. It's like, hey, I was a guy this whole time. I don't think she would take it so well if she didn't already know. Who gets through high school without confessing a crush with at least one girl? I do, but that's a story for another time. I have to do this. It might change everything for the rest of the year, for better or worse. Thought this was the end of the year. Did I misunderstand something? But I have to act on it now. Who should I talk to after class? And here we are at the critical point of the story where we pick the girl that we want to be with forever and ever. Do we pick Hoshi, Selena, or we're going with Lee? Because slight spoiler, if it hasn't been blatantly obvious up to this point, that's kind of where things have been heading. And I say spoiler because I have already gotten the endings with both of the other girls, just not Lee yet. And so that's what we've been doing this whole time, working our way to her because she's actually one of the harder endings to get. I actually had to check a guide for a few of the key points because you actually have to make certain decisions in order to reach her. And so here we are, at the climax, or I'm assuming the path to it. It isn't Hoshi or Selena I really want to talk to. It probably should be. That would make sense, wouldn't it? You know, school students getting together. They're my age, they're in my class. I even like spending time with both of them. They're good friends. But there's someone I want to get to know better than either of them. My principal. And she's made her interest pretty clear so far. Again, she wore the maid outfit. That's a pretty big deal. I just don't know how far she's willing to go with it. I mean, maid outfit's a pretty big deal, but we are still in school. I should go talk to Lee. At the very least, I can tell her goodbye before the break starts. Miss Rowan, can I come in?
Oh, Shoji, of course. You're getting ready for break, I expect?
In a way, but I haven't started packing yet. I wanted to talk to you about something first.
Of course. Go ahead and shut the door. Is everything okay? Do I need to strip down for you?
Everything's fine. I've just had something on my mind, I guess.
What is it?
You. You. Oh, well, there we go.
Me?
You.
I'm a little flattered, but I'm not sure what you mean.
Well, you know what he means. Don't try to hide it. I don't know exactly either, but the way we act when we're around each other. You mean like a couple of horny teenagers? I mean, I think I know. I hope I do, but I just don't want to misunderstand.
I don't think there's any way you could misunderstand. I mean, we both wore the maid outfit.
So you're interested then?
That's a rather serious conversation.
I know.
No wonder you look so nervous.
I just want to know if we're playing around or if there's more to it.
And I want to know why you want to know. Would you mind telling me that, Shoji?
I want to know because I want to know if it can be something serious. Ooh. Because I want it to be. Is that bad of me to say? On the fence on this one, because of the whole her being the principal thing. Romance-wise, seems fine. Academically, not so much, because of the whole principal thing. ...
No, Shoji, I think it's perfectly reasonable for you to say that, and I'm glad you said it too. It means a lot to me that you care enough to ask, and this isn't some passing interest to you.
It isn't. I'm almost sure of that.
Almost? So you're not completely sure? Well, fine then, get out of my office.
Ah, crap.
Good. But for us, it's not so simple as deciding we want to be serious about this.
What do you mean? There's that whole thing about her being the principal. I just said that a bit ago.
For as much as has happened between us, I don't think we know each other as well as we should. The last thing I want to do is impede you from getting into a good university and become a distraction. While you're still in school here, I don't think it's a good idea to commit to too much.
Are you saying no?
I am still a teacher and a principal, you know.
That's what I was saying.
I want you to focus on your academics as much as possible. That being said, I'm sure you've heard of the university nearby.
I don't believe we have. Has that been mentioned in this story?
Many of our graduates aim to be accepted there, and they have a good success rate. Had you given any thought to where you wanted to go?
No, I really hadn't. I've been so focused on getting the right scores, where I actually wanted to go was only a passing thought. And in his defense, he has said that he's moved around a lot going from school to school, so picking a university would probably be the last thing on his mind. Wait, how did this become a conversation about academics? She's a principal. It's kind of her thing.
I'm getting to it, don't worry. I'll resume our regularly scheduled flirting in a moment.
I like the banter.
My point is, if we're still going to see each other and get to know each other better, then you could apply there. We could still see each other over school breaks, and our schedules for the summer would line up nicely. If it's meant to be, then I think it should work out for us.
That is a fair point. Being a teacher and principal, she gets summers and such off, and so would he, and so they could be together pretty much all the time. It does sound like a good plan. Like, maybe you've given it some thought before?
It had crossed my mind, I'll admit that. A few times. Frequently. Okay, ever since the first day you walked into my office. You're making a really important decision based around this, though, and we're not even sure it'll work out.
You sound like you have doubts.
You're certain you're alright with that?
I am. I'm more than willing to take a gamble on you. Even if it doesn't work out, I know the attempt would be worth it. That's all that matters.
Shoji. Lock the door, we're doing this right now. I know we're trying to talk about this, but I can't help it. Come here. Come to my arms now.
I'm glad she sensed it too. I thought I might have to jump the desk to kiss her. I wanted to be on her like a bear eating honey.
You're getting bolder. Be careful. I've got some important things on my desk. You know what? Forget it. Knock everything off. We're getting on the desk right now. Shoji. You're going to leave a hickey on my neck. No, don't stop. I want you to. You've never kissed me like that before.
I couldn't help it. You're just so kissable.
I'm glad, Shoji. I really am. What are you doing over break? Would you like to move in with me?
Well, funny thing, that hasn't actually been decided yet. I've actually got two girls fighting over my attention, almost literally.
I wish I hadn't made so many plans. I'm busy throughout most of the break, unfortunately. I've got other students coming over to my house. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. But I am free tomorrow, and the house does get awfully lonely. Would you like to keep me company tonight?
Tonight, you say?
Tonight?
Does that mean I'd actually spend the night at her place? Well, that was what was stated. Sure. I'd like that if you're okay with it. Well, she did offer.
I wouldn't have suggested it if I wasn't. I'm sure I can keep you entertained, don't you think? I just recently bought a few jigsaw puzzles, and I can bring out the old Atari.
You shouldn't have any problem at all. Epilogue number 3. Lee had the right idea. And oh yeah, that's how you look as a guy, isn't it? Wow, it's been ever since the very beginning of the game. I'll be honest, you kind of looked better with the twin tails. Focusing on my academics and seeing her between breaks was the perfect balance. The further I got into university, the less our age difference seemed to matter. And of course, being in university, wouldn't things matter less anyway? How old was she again, or has that been stated? And the more I came to know about her, the more serious our relationship became. It sort of crept up on me. From playfully dressing her up, to her playfully dressing me up, to us both dressing up and getting really weird, to actually holding her through the night, or waking up to breakfast in the morning. Breakfast. Resting my head in her lap, or running my fingers through her hair when she falls asleep on her paperwork. She does have nice hair. It became domestic in the best possible way. Which isn't to say she lost her taste for dressing up. She still loves dressing me up for some reason. With Lee, it's the best of both worlds. The gentle kindness of her teacher side, and the risque, sexy demeanor that got us here in the first place. It all led us to the best relationship I could have possibly hoped for. Yeah, she was sort of the best of both worlds, wasn't she? Smart, and incredibly flirty with you. Not only that, but I graduated valedictorian from university. Good for you. Probably didn't hurt much that you had a, teacher as a girlfriend. All the hours of studying and research. I promised myself that once I had that part of my life behind me, there was something I would do. Party! Something important. Bigger party! And this time, I'm not the one who has to wear the dress, although it is optional. Oh, the happy ending.
I do.
I do. And she traded up her crown for a bigger crown. Nice. Also, she looks like she's about to explode from that dress. Nice setting, though. The end. And so, yeah, after all this time and that extended break between years, we finally reached the end of the story. Along with it being ending number 3, it is also what I assume would count as the best possible ending, since Miss Rowan was basically like a combination of both Selena and Hoshi, having both smarts and the flirty enthusiasm. Also the desire to dress you in ladies' clothing for fun, because she really seemed to enjoy doing that with you. Though I can't help but wonder what became of the other 2 girls. I mean, yeah, it's a dating story. You make your choice and then that's what matters. At the end of the day, it's like, hey, I've got my happy ending. Screw everybody else. But the other 2 girls just kind of sort of fell off the face of the earth when you pick somebody. At least a little footnote saying whether or not you stayed friends would have been nice. But yeah, overall, this was a decent story to play through. Maybe not top-notch as far as visual novels go, as I still strongly feel that it would have benefited from some more poses and scenery, but it was still enjoyable. I liked some of the banter between the characters as well. And for those interested, there are still other endings to be seen. As I had mentioned before, there are both good and bad endings, so links in the description if you're into that. But anywho, this has been High School Romance, the finale. I hope you've enjoyed watching. If you did, then give the like button a tap. And if you want to see more like this or more from me, then give the subscribe button a big thumbs up. I will see you all next time, and remember to stay groovy.